So my next book that's coming out later this year is called Poison in Paradise through a publisher called Alien Buddha Press. And we're getting very close to the final details, which has led me to write a prelude to the book recently, sort of a synopsis of different elements that run through some of the poems. So I wrote this last week. It's called Rotten Apples and Rising Angels. This is a poem disguised as an imaginary conversation, disguised as a cry for help, disguised as a hero's journey, disguised as a warrior's creed, disguised as a black cat with a white streak on the front porch, disguised as a fire that torched the first 32 years of a life, disguised as an empty field under the stars, disguised as a deity with a dose of rabies in each fang, disguised as the Virgin Mary finding her own cross to hang from, as a tiny red spider running across the page, as morning birds chirping with joy, as a dance tread upon tired feet, as a tidal wave crashing without remorse, as fate touching the lips of free will, as expensive thrills on the road to Wrigley Field, as empty pockets when the bill arrives, as a race against the clock, as a fallen sky of amber blood, as casual sex in a haze of wine and regret, as a trauma unit filled past capacity, as words that were never spoken, as what you wished you had become, as four horsemen with an agenda of dark desolation, as the sin you sink your teeth deeply into, as the teacher's pet locked in a cage, as every song that aches with raw emotion, as a bully mouthing off with a broken jaw, as a siren lulling ships toward the rocks. This is a poem disguised as a book promotion, disguised as a theory on how to sell one's soul cheap, disguised as the first lie ever told to your father, as 4 a.m. insomnia madness, as the speech that changed your life forever, as 1,200 publications in the first 3 years, as a spirit animal hooting from the woods, as the last breath escaping cancerous lungs, as the path you're too afraid to take, as a final meal before the righteous execution, as glasses that shade your eyes from the truth, as a fly that's had its fill of shit, as a broken promise spit from the serpent's tongue, as a dream that roars with lucid intentions, as the walls built on a fortress of sand, as a whisper that tastes like lilacs and honey, as a ring that slipped from your finger, as the Buddha eating rice near his tree, as a veteran begging for change in the streets as someone else's story to tell, as hubris before the fall from grace, as the hate you spewed before passing out drunk, as the propaganda report of an empire's demise, as a bag full of rusted silver, as broken glass being shattered by stones, as the day a boy became a man, as the carnal lusts of a lion's pride, as me, as you, as those I'll never meet, as a metaphor of God, love, and peace.
Wow. Yeah.